Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Pompero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle of the 15, to the 20, break free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 of the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh!
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal achieved. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, guys. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, which just me personally online, which I try to make it easy for you, but these damn hackers got me. So on Facebook, I'm at Shawn.Sierra.2025. On Twitter, I'm at ShawnSierra33. But on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, I'm at the Shawn Sierra. Yeah, you hear my voice a little scratchy, a little crazy, not rough, fun afternoon and evening yesterday. I want to say, I want to make a big, I want to say thank you, man. I had the ability to we sponsored the Ozzie Guillen Foundation 3rd annual golf outing yesterday. So we were out at Cog Hill in Lamont, and I want to send a big shout out to my guy Pedro Guerra, who really facilitated that and really got me involved with it, and I'm really grateful for it. Big shout out to you, Pedro. I really appreciate you coming through for me, man, big time. So if you're you're wondering why my voice sounds a little crazy, yeah, it's a little crazy. We had it was a great time. Okay, Sports Zone Chicago was in the house. We were out at one of the holes, so we had a QR code, people to go get their swag. He sold some of those T-shirts there. Was really cool. Ozzy signed. Got a couple cans of beer. That was dope. And then I got to meet, well, not to meet, but I met Harold before, but Harold's my favorite White Sox player of all time. My favorite White Sox player of all time. I grew up, got to see him again. And then obviously the man of the hour, Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour. My man, Ozzie Guillen. That was a good time, to say the least. Again, big shout out to my guy Pedro Guerra, who really facilitated this whole thing. Just want to say thanks. And then also, Ozzy signed for me the hole, the sign that from his golf outing that was at the hole. So great stuff. It was a really cool event out in Lamont at Cog Hill, and it was just stuff like that. I really enjoy doing because you get out there, you network, and that's what I did yesterday. I networked, made a lot of friends, a lot of connections, and see where they go. All right, see where they go. Needless to say, a few were thrown back yesterday at the open bar for a while. A few were thrown back. Some cigars were smoked, and yeah, it was a great day yesterday at Cog Hill, and just good, man. Good supporting Ozzy and his foundation. And obviously you guys know I'm a Sox fan and been a huge fan of Ozzy, so to be part of it was pretty cool. I hung out with Junior. I got pictures of Junior and Ozne, who's actually with the Twins now. Only left before I was able to get pictures with him. But it was a great time. Great time. And again, big shout out to my guy Pedro Guerra for facilitating that whole thing yesterday. Let's see. Let's check out the chat. Cornelia Squalls checking in. He's like, top of the morning, Shawn Sports Zoners. I can't wait till tomorrow night to see how well the young guys on defense do. Let's go. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. is in the house. Junior, what's up, Papa? Thank you for tuning in, my man. I appreciate it. Michelle Wall, Mr. Southside himself. What's up on a Mickey Ficky TGIF? And tomorrow, bear down. Saturday, baby. FGB. You damn right, baby. That's what it is. Shode is in the house. Mr. Shode's in the house. Coming from the ATL. Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, snap. Jay Grizz is in the house. He's coming from the city of brotherly love. It's all shit. Jay Grizz and his mother. Hell yeah. Today, folks, top of the morning, SuperBack and Sports Zoners. What up? Southside Bears in the house. Yo, what's up, baby? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. No, I wasn't. Hey, I could use a drink after that the way we lost yesterday, bro. I was like, just one hit, please, God, if there's a God, please, just one hit. That's what I was saying. I was like, just one hit. Bad enough the Cub fans won the series, this last series. Then if we would have got no hit at home, oh man, I wouldn't have been able to deal with them. All right, I wouldn't have been able to deal with them jokers. Well, we got the one hit, so it was all good, man. I'm fired up. Black Diamonds in the house. What's up? Top of the morning, gang. FGB. Yes, sir, Bob. Hey, I didn't care who it was, but Benny, that was a Benny bomb. That was a Benny bomb to stop that no-hitter. You could cancel the post-game show, and boy, you sure as hell could. Thank you, Andrew Benintendi. Oh, man. Let me tell you. Oh, my Lord. But, yeah, guys, I got a lot to talk with you today, man. We got Sox, we got Cubs, we got Bears. We'll talk about the joint practice they had yesterday and did not go very well. And there's still a lot of questions up in the air about this team, about this left tackle position, about the offensive line in general. So I need to get some film from that. I don't know how much I can get because I know they didn't want people filming. So if I can get film, I'd like it. But I don't know if I can. I want to see how the center position played. I want to see how the line played. I guess we're going to see tomorrow. Well, I guess we will see tomorrow how those guys perform. But it's a situation where there's a lot up in the air still, and that's, I don't want to say frustrating. Let me say annoying. We could go with annoying. That's annoying. There's a lot of things up in the air that we still have to figure out, and I'd like us to figure that out really, really soon. I want to figure this shit out quick because the 2026 NFL season is riding on these questions, on these frustrations. And, you know, the one thing that I hope we're able to do, which it hasn't seemed like, well, actually we weren't. I was about to say is avoid the injury bug, but we had the injury bug last year, and we still were able to do what we did. So I hope that we're able to compensate and step in for the injuries that are going to happen. It's football. Injuries are going to happen. So I'm excited about those, about the youngsters who get the opportunity. That's the thing is, all you can ask for is a chance, and that's it. You know, Jedrick Wills, a guy that I was hoping would take advantage of the opportunity that he had, didn't. All right, it was so bad they moved him to the right side. You know you're not playing on the right side because you got Darnell Wright with a new contract. So you know damn well you're not supplanting him. So that was one of my biggest things is the lack of opportunities that certain people are taking. You know, it just because I don't just look at it this year. I look at it how it's going to help the Bears. You know, I wanted Jedrick Wills to win the job because I think it would have been a much cheaper alternative at left tackle. Okay, which allowed the Bears to allocate their resources elsewhere. But that one didn't work. Okay, so I'm excited to see tomorrow. I'm anxious to see how these youngsters play. All right, I'm as anxious to see how Austin Booker plays, how Dio Adengbo plays. Okay, how Jordan Vandenberg from Zolabriga, how he plays. Okay, these youngsters, you're getting your second look now, and you practice against these guys, and now you're playing against them in a game. Albeit preseason, it's still a game. So let's see how this plays out. You have a little familiarity with them, with the joint practice. So you know their strengths and their weaknesses, and vice versa. They know yours. So how can you compensate? So tomorrow's going to be a good game. Tomorrow's going to be a good game for us as fans and analysts to kind of get up around. And I say that tongue in cheek because it all changes. You're not game planning. There's certain things. It's not a regular season game, and the intensity, although will probably be pretty close to the same, the preparation going into it isn't. So they're just going tomorrow in preseason. They're just going to see who's aggressive, who's disruptive, who the playmakers are, and go from there. Because remember, they got to cut down to 53 soon, and you know who's going to make the squad, who's not. That's going to be so many battles that are still there. You know the kind of Gordon situation is befuddling and frustrating for a lot of us, fans especially, but the organization and the team. What the hell, man? I don't know. Cornelius calls. It's going to be a matchup between old heads, Case and Flacco. The 35 and over club. That's funny. But yeah, looking forward to talking more talk before my time is up. We're going to talk some Sox. We're going to talk some Cubs. We're going to talk some talk a little more Bears. All right, so I'm fired up about it, man. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys, and it is an honor to do so, and my distinct pleasure. So if you just joined, you just tuned in a moment or so, my voice is a little crazy because I was at Cog Hill yesterday. For the Ozzie Guillen Foundation, his third annual golf outing, and it was a good time. What a great time, man. All right. Open bar, and I got it, had Sports Zone Chicago in the house. We were at a hole, sponsored a hole, and got to obviously meet Ozzie, and got to meet Harold again. So that's why my voice is a little crazy. All right. So please, please forgive me. It's a little hectic, but let's get a crack-a-lack a little bit. Let's do it. You know how I do the first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Let's see, which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Why is it taking so long? Here we go. Well, there was only one game in town yesterday, folks. And it was not a nice one. Let me tell you. The last thing I needed yesterday was that. And whew. The White Sox, the good guys from the South Side, had a rough day. Yeah, not a lot of celebrating like this going around the bases. There we go. The White Sox fall to the Atlanta Braves 2-0. Okay. Anthony Kay. It's a quality start. You know what's really funny? This is a quality start. Anthony Kay got the loss. He's 9-6. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 punch-outs. Andrew Benintendi provided us with the only hit for my White Sox yesterday. Let me tell you, I was, as I said earlier, I was praying like a son of a gun. I was like, please, no, we can't get no hit. We can't get no hit at home. We just got done dealing with Cub fans, and not something I wanted to deal with. Excuse me. A no-hitter. Us getting no hit at home. Yeah. Andrew Benintendi, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We appreciate, man, Sox fans appreciate it, because that would have been one heck of a day today dealing with all you Cub fans. That would have been one heck of a situation. But so unfortunately, the Sox were not able to sweep the Braves. Remember, they won the first 2 when they played them, and this was the makeup game. All right. So keeping it moving, the next top of the morning topic, the Sox. They host the Mets. New York Metropolitans. All right, they host the Mets for a weekend set. All right, tonight. First pitch is at 6:40 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. That's 1000 a.m. The probables for tonight's game for the Mets. Sean Manaea, who's 4-5 with a 4.22 ERA. He's going up against Sean Burke, who's 7-6. All right, he has a 3.15 ERA. Battle of the Shawns today out at Ray Field. Southside Bear, I think I could agree with you. It's not a bad statement. Anthony Kay might be our second best pitcher after Sean Burke. Yeah. Recently, yeah. You know, I don't know what's going on with Davis Martin. All right, he started off the season great. Should have been an all-star. But after that, I don't know what happened. Mentally, is it all mental with him? I don't know. But there's something that needs to be done because this dude is, wow. You know, it's his performance has fallen off a cliff. Mentally, he just doesn't seem, you know, I don't know. I just don't know what's going on with him. And it's frustrating to see with him. All right, it is. And we need him to get back to his pre-All-Star form. All right? Because he was one of the best pitchers in baseball at that point. But I don't know what it is. And pitching, Southside Bears, it seems like Martin has a dead arm right now. Okay. So you need to bump him start. Is that what we need to do with him? You know, skip a start with him? I don't know. Yeah, his velo's down. Yeah. So maybe skip a start? Because my question is, and here's just physically, through kinesiology, like, can you massage it? Can you rest it? Can you stretch it? What can you do? Okay. The velocity's down. Well, that's not his arm. I mean, I know the term is called dead arm. I get it. But you don't throw with your arm. You throw with your back. You throw with your core. And what's going on there? That's my concern. What can be done to alleviate this situation? Maybe skipping a start is what's necessary. You know, I know that they have this down to a science. You know, like what you do on your off days, or the day after you do something, the second day after you do something, the third day after you do something, the fourth day after you do something different, and then you know, you're back on the mound the fifth day. What are they doing is my question. I'd love to see the routine. You know, do you get massages? Do you get electronic stimulation? What do they do in the off season? I mean, in not off season, excuse me. What do you do on your days off? Obviously, you got to throw a couple days. You got to, you know, loosen up that arm, that back. But there's got to be something and maybe it's just mental with him. All right, because when your velocity's down, again, you don't throw with your arm. You throw with your legs. You throw with your posterior chain, your legs, your hamstring, your ass, your core, your back. So why isn't he getting enough push off the mound? You know, I don't know. Yeah, and good. This Phantom Blister, good. I hope he have him miss a start or two, hopefully. That should get him well rested, that's for sure. And maybe have them figure out why his velocity's down and breaking balls are hanging in his zone. I don't know. King Booker World checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Salute everyone. Hope all is well. Yep. So Let's see. My man is back checking in. Rick Gonzalez is in the house. It's All Amigo FGB, FGB, and FGB. Hashtag F visiting Wisconsin. I laugh every time I see that, dude. So I want to go to Wisconsin now. Actually, I'm probably going to go to Michigan the next week or two. One of the upcoming weeks, I'll probably go to Michigan before I go to Wisconsin. Unless there's a good concert up in Wisconsin, we'll see. But most likely I'm going to go to Michigan. Hope you're doing well, brother. Oh, so you missed it, bro. I was telling my peoples yesterday I was at Cog Hill out in Lamont for the Ozzie Guillen Foundation golf outing, which is really cool. I got pictures with my favorite Chicago White Sox of all time, Harold Baines, and of course the man of the hour himself, Ozzie Guillen. And I got a whole bunch of other pictures, but those are the ones I just posted. We had Sports Zone Chicago in the house at one of the holes. All right, so good stuff, man. Southside Bear says loved hearing Cubs and Sox fans uniting over FGB. That was awesome. That really was. No, I didn't shoot. I wasn't on the course yesterday. I was just representing. I just sponsored a hole. We just sponsored a hole there, so I didn't golf yesterday. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, keep your head up, brother. Keep your head up, bro. All right. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Yeah. Next topic, morning topic, the Cubs. The Cubs are at the Seattle Mariners tonight. Ooh, Charlie. First pitch is at 9:10. Cub fans better stay up late. They're on the left coast, so they're in Seattle, so the 9:10 start. The probables for today's game, or you can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on 670 AM or 104.3 FM. The Score. That's their flagship station. The probables for tonight's game for the Northsiders, Matthew Boyd is on the bump. He's 8-2 with a 4.02 ERA going up against Emerson Hancock, who's 7-7 with a 3.30 ERA. Rick's like, oh Lord, Cubs talk. Can we talk NBA instead, fool? Your wish is my command. Next topic of the morning topic, the Sky. The Sky hosts the Golden State Valkyries today. Tonight at Wintrust Arena. Tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Ion TV. Just for my man. Hey, Booker World, King Booker World, man. We missed you on Wednesday because your girl went off. Rick, that's better. Your girl went off on Tuesday night. I was very, very, very happy. Camila Cardoso, your girl, 17 points, 12 rebounds. Whatever talk you had, whatever sort of motivation you provided her, you keep it up. 17 points, 12 rebounds. That's a nice day at the office for the big Brazilian bombshell. 17 points, 12 boards. You give us that every day. Oh, yeah. You keep motivating her the way you motivate her. And, man, we got no problems. We have no problems. Next time we're on the topic, the Bears. The Bears are in Cincy for preseason game number 2. They're taking on the Bengals tomorrow. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. I don't know why Steve will put 6:30, 6 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on Fox 32 or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. So, you know, the excuse me. Lost the track I was going to. The practice yesterday, here's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it wasn't had some problems. Okay. Which, to be honest, I am okay with. All right. Everybody, here's my issue. Everybody thinks that because this is the second year that everything should run smoother, which it should. But it doesn't just get that way. Okay, there still have to be some things worked out. And to be honest with you, I want them to struggle now. I want them to find out a lot of the things, a lot of their issues now. Okay, I want us to have those ready and have those issues addressed and taken care of by week 1. Okay, remember last year we were 2-2 going into the break. Week 5 was our bye week, super early. What did it do? It allowed the Bears at that point to see what was working and what was not working and make the necessary adjustments. They did. They went on to an excellent, excellent season. After these 3 preseason games, after yesterday's practice, tomorrow's game, next week's practice with Tennessee, next week's game, I want to have a much better understanding of what the issues are, and I'm talking about the organization needs to, and remedies to address those issues. So when we go into week 1, we go in firing on all cylinders. It's okay. And I understand you want perfection. This doesn't happen. This is the time now. This is the time where you cross this out, add this, delete that, alter this. This is why they have preseason games. Okay? It's not to be in full swing. It's not to be in full swing at the start of the season. It's not. So when people get upset and mad, oh, here, this guy sucked. Okay, all it's doing is giving you information on what works and what doesn't work, and now now you make the necessary adjustments from there. That's it. And I know we want to win every game, and I know, but right now it's not about winning. No one gives a rat's ass if we win. It doesn't matter. What matters is the film you put out there and the information that you give. Wow. The information that you give the coaches so they can put the best players in the best positions to be successful. So let's take it down a notch. It's not the sky is falling. The sky is falling. It's not. It's actually a very good thing because now we know what areas need to be addressed. Okay. After last game, found out that Karan Amagaji and Jedrick Wills weren't going to take over that left tackle spot. Boom. So now you moved it. So people were upset about it and complaining. I didn't hear complaining. I mean, I shouldn't say I didn't see. I wasn't upset. I saw the issue. Okay, so now we know these two can't play over here. Now let's find something that does work. Cornelius says, I hear a lot of people panicking because they couldn't block Dexter Lawrence. Well, nobody blocks Dexter Lawrence. See, and this is why we got to look at the center position. All right. The two guards are okay, but how is the center's key? Because if the center can man up on a nose, depending on where Dexter Lawrence is, you could kind of double team or get help with blocking someone like that. Okay? If you're in, just say you're in a even, I don't know if they're an even front or odd front, what front they play. But you might be able to get help with him. I want to say Cincinnati's perennially been an odd front, 3-man front. That could change. I mean, you get offensive coordinator. I mean, changes in the OCDC all the time, and you can go from odd to even to odd. But it's okay if you can't block. If you found someone, first of all, you're right, Cornelius. Dexter Lawrence is a monster. You're not going to face guys of his caliber every week. You're going to face really good players, but not that level every week. So you need to figure out who can, for lack of a better term, like Chris Berman says, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. So who can contain him the best? And roll with that. And then you have to scheme around it. Okay, there's a whole bunch of different things. But again, it just provides opportunity and information about what you need moving forward. So let's not get too crazy and upset when in these joint practices and these next two games, if things don't go well. All right, let's not get too upset. Yes, we want to win. Yes. We want to look good. Yes. We want everything to run efficient and smooth. That's not exact. That's not all that the preseason is for. King Book of World. Some of these shows be full of shit. I heard the defense look good, bad. Then I heard the offense look good, bad. So what the hell? Yeah. And so there's certain, you got to be leery of who you listen to and what their football experience is. And there needs to say there are a lot of people out there who cover the team who don't have a lot of football background. And I'm not saying that they can't get more knowledgeable about what they're covering. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they'll tend to look at it from a perspective that isn't as experienced as others. We'll find out tomorrow. Because truth be told, yesterday's practice doesn't matter. Who won yesterday's practice, who lost yesterday's practice, because there's a game. All it is a part of the game. Yeah. You know what it is, Shawn? Some of these reporters are only happy if there's misery. Yeah, because there's stuff to talk about and they get to question and they just want to poke holes in stuff. But we'll find out tomorrow. Because remember, it's just a practice. Remember, it's just a practice, and you can have good practices, you can have bad practices. You have good days and bad days. We all do. And maybe the Bears were still a little unsettled. You know, they had to travel out to Cincinnati the night before, the day before. All right, it's kind of a pain in the butt. And maybe you just didn't have a good practice. But they're there now. They've had a chance to settle in. Today's Friday. It goes Thursday. They practice Wednesday. So they took off Tuesday. No, took off Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So they're there for 4 days. They got a chance to settle, to chill, to relax. So let's see tomorrow. Let's see tomorrow. So I'm excited about tomorrow. There's some things I'm gonna keep an eye out for tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out on the left tackle position. I'm also gonna be looking at the center position. I'll be looking at the nickel position as well. So there's a lot of football to be watched tomorrow. A lot of different individual battles you should be focusing on as well. And see what decisions they make. All right, let's see who plays well, who doesn't, what corresponding moves are made. And it seems like Ben Johnson doesn't waste a lot of time making moves. All right, after last week, he was hoping that Karan Amagaji or Jedrick Wills would get a stranglehold on that left tackle position. They didn't. So what did he do? Next day, boom, you guys are moving to the right. We're bringing Theo back over here. And apparently Theo got abused yesterday, so it looks like it is literally Braxton's job to lose. Which is fine. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So, listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we'll talk a little baseball about both teams, what they got to do coming up. And then I want to mention something that I want to do a little more thinking about it and researching about it, but I'm going to talk about a rule of the NCAA that the courts just passed regarding NCAA eligibility. We got a lot to talk. So keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency
Do you
line.
know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Okay, is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe. But some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I'm getting scared by your
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
It seemed like early on they were getting a lot of completions, but then the defense made some adjustments and had some of their moments too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the really good offense. Saw them last year too, so we definitely had familiarity of just how they attacked us a little bit last year and kind of what they do best. And obviously, they got some guys on the outside, a great quarterback, really good run game, good running back. So we knew it was going to be a really good challenge for us to see kind of where we were at. And I think our main thing we wanted to do today was just compete, like every single rep. We wanted to get takeaways. We wanted to get pressure, energy, all those things. And without looking at the tape, there's always going to be stuff we want to clean up. But I thought we did that today. And it was a lot of fun. Again, going out with this team for the first year. It's a lot of good guys, a lot of new guys on it too. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those comes courtesy of the Chicago Bears. That was linebacker T.J. Edwards in regard to the practice yesterday, the joint practice with the Cincinnati Bengals. And right before their preseason game tomorrow. Let's not remember what I talked about last year. Let's do the same this year. Let's be smarter fans. Let's not fly off the handle. Okay. Because someone gave up a bad sack. Okay. The Hall of Famers have given up bad sacks. Let's not fly off the handle if someone misses a tackle. Hall of Famers have missed tackles. Okay. Let's not fly off the handle if protection breaks down. Hall of Famers have had protection break down on them. Okay. I know we're passionate. I know we want to win. I know it's been a long time since we've won. But let's just not get too crazy. Let's not get too meatheadish. The one thing, if I can implore you, is to don't necessarily watch the great plays and just point out, oh, look at the great plays. He did this, great. Or that was the big splash plays, good or bad. Because a lot of times those are outliers. Let's look at guys and see if they're being boring, if their name's not being called, how can you say it? If nothing's happening in their job, okay? especially offensively. And defensively, it could be that's a little trickier on defense because you want to hear guys' names on defense. He made a tackle. Sometimes on defense, your job isn't to make the tackle. Your job is to turn it away or turn it into the guy to make the tackle. So there's a lot of cool things about it. And he said, well, he only had two tackles. He had a terrible game. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. So I just don't want us to get too crazy over one or two plays, good or bad, because there's going to be a lot of good plays this year, and especially tomorrow. They're still working on stuff. They're still trying to find chemistry. They're still trying to gel with all the new players involved, the free agents, the draft picks, with everybody. They're trying to find their footing, and this is the process. This is the time right now for them to do it. But don't get me wrong, I want to see big plays. I want to see disruption. But just think, if Jordan Vandenberg gets in and has the running back stop and cut against him, all right, then someone else makes a tackle, well, good. He didn't make the tackle, but he disrupted. He disrupted that play. There's a lot of people I'm going to be looking at tomorrow. I'm fired up about it. Vandenberg's one. Jamari Chroma is another. I really want to see what he does after a good performance from week one. Because that could be a guy who'd be a really good person in the mix in our NASCAR package, if we have one, or just at DN, or they put him at D tackle. I'm fired up about tomorrow. I got to figure out where I'm going to watch the game. Oh, my foot hurts. It stinks that we're not going to see Tyson due to the hamstring. I really wanted him to get a lot more reps. I really wanted him to get a lot more reps. I really wanted to see him get very proficient in this offense because he had a lot of room for improvement after week one. And that's what I wanted from Tyson from last week. And it's unfortunate that we're not going to be able to see that. He's not going to be able to do that this preseason. That's one of the things that sucks, that I think is tough about this preseason, is Tyson not being there. I think he's going to miss a game or two. And I just want to know, and I feel that Tyson is a great backup. I just want to see it. I want to see him get more and more and more comfortable. That's all. That's all. We'll get back to the Bears in a little bit. My good guys open up a weekend set with the New York Mets. Okay? And you got to stop playing around. All right, right now our lead is 3.5 games in the Central. We were at 5.5 a couple days ago. And we got to start today. We have to start today. All right, the Mets are 58-70. One of the worst teams in baseball. 453. Okay, San Francisco's worse, 409. Colorado's worse. Damn. Angels are worse. A's are worse. Royals are worse. Still one of the worst teams in baseball. Okay? We must take 2 out of 3. I almost want to say we need a sweep. I would love a sweep against this team. We need a sweep against this team. Yes, Junior, the beats are on Fox tomorrow. The beats are on Fox tomorrow. Yes, they're on Fox, dude. With this matchup, we're going to find out. Sean Burke, our stud, that's a good way to start off a series, a weekend series that we need. Because when you start, remember, we just got through a really tough stretch. The schedule opens up a little bit. It lightens up a little bit. And here's where we need to pounce. Here's where the White Sox need to pounce. The Mets are, let's see their schedule. How many games? Because the Mets are under 500. I want to see their schedule because I believe it lightens up big time. You got the Mets. You got the Rangers. They're under 500 as well. You got the Twins. They're under 500 as well. Oh, then you got Houston. They're at 500. They're 64 and 63. We don't have. This is not as easy a schedule as a stretch as I thought it would be, but definitely manageable. Definitely manageable. Like the teams that we're playing are in and around 500. I mean, we're not much better. We're 5 games over 500. Other teams are a couple under, 1 or 2 over. So we're a little better. So that means this. That means that the White Sox really have to get back to playing their style of ball. They have to get back to coming up with key hits. Relying hard on the fundamentals. Good pitching, good defense. I'll tell you what, I'm still in awe of that throw on Wednesday from Brady Montgomery to get out Tyrod Taylor. Now, Tyrod Taylor, there was some questions of whether he should have gone back to the bag right away and tagged. But the throw that was made, I don't care if he had an extra step, he was still gunned down. He was still gunned down. I mean, Miguel Vargas was up the line. He was like 3 steps away from the bag going towards second base when he caught that ball. I want to see this team. The one thing that they do have they have this unique and uncanny ability. And this goes back to coaching. This goes back to coaching, is that they can put games behind them, good or bad. They don't dwell on yesterday. And that's the awesome part, because there's such a huge influx, a huge part of this team is youngsters, and they tend to be very emotional. But again, hats off to Chris Getz for instilling this mindset in these youngsters down in the system, and Will Venable for instilling that here when they get here. It's a game. You won, put it behind you, it's over. It's a game. You lost, put it behind you, move forward. And they have this unique ability to do that you just got walked off by the Cubs 2 nights in a row, and then you come back and shut them out when you easily could have folded. That's the type of resiliency that I love from this team. That's the type of resiliency you're going to need. That's the type of mental perspective that can take you far. And with this upcoming string of games, they have a chance to really separate themselves against teams that are 500 right now. They have a chance to rack up quite a few wins. Get back up to 5.5, or 6, or 6.5, or 7.5, or 9. Let's go. Let's stop playing around. This is a time where you have a stretch where you have some beatable teams. Not easily beatable, but beatable. So we got Sean Burke on the bump for us today. Luis Castillo on the bump tomorrow, and we don't know about Sunday. Urquidy had a phenomenal game on Wednesday. Do you want to put him in a starting role, or do you want to leave him in the bullpen, long relief? There's some things that are coming into play that are rounding out, that are looking good for our boys. This is going to be a good stretch for this team, because when they had a stretch against teams with good records, they fared well. Well, now you got a stretch of teams with not so good records. How are you going to fare? How are you going to come out? How is Will Venable going to get these guys motivated to say, hey, this team isn't as good as us. Let's beat the dog snot out of them. Let's jump on them early and often, like Chicago voters. Because if they can do that, then I'll be even more excited about the Sox winning the division, getting to the playoffs, and advancing in a playoff round. Because when you lower your level of expectation, you lower your level of play to your competition, you raise your level of play to competition, that's not gonna work. We talked about it before. We've said it. Barred Mike Tomlin's line. The standard is the standard. The White Sox need to continue to play their style of baseball. Doesn't matter if you're playing the Dodgers. Doesn't matter if you're playing the Yankees. Doesn't matter if you're playing the Rays. Doesn't matter if you're playing the Braves. Doesn't matter if you're playing the Cubs. It doesn't matter. You play to the level that you have established as your standard, and let the chips fall where they may. There's 162 games. You're going to win some and you're going to lose some. But if you play to the standard, you can be proud of the effort you put. And we've seen that. How many times the White Sox lost, but they cut the lead from 4 runs in the ninth to 2 runs or 1 run with the game tying run on base? How many times have we seen that? Or the game winner on base, we're in the bottom of the ninth. We just couldn't complete the comeback. We scored 3, we couldn't get that 4th one or 5th one to win it. You know what I mean? We've seen that. And they're going to have to go on that run again. They're going to have to, I shouldn't say go on a run. They're going to have to continue to do that. Mr. Southside said, if the Sox are first place by September, they need that killer instinct. Well, you got 10 days. You got 10 days and you're in September. 10 days and you're into September. So, I don't think they're going to collapse because they're not a team that's really done that. So that gives me hope. Optimistic, cautious hope, but yet optimistic. I know that it may sound like an oxymoron, but the White Sox just don't go into a tailspin. That's from their manager, and it filters down to the players. Because there's so many young guys on there, it's easy for youngsters to fall into a tailspin if things go bad. And when things have gone bad, it's been nipped in the bud quickly. The White Sox were the last team in Major League Baseball to have a 4-game losing streak. Are you freaking kidding me? The White Sox? They were the last team in Major League Baseball to have a 4-game losing streak. They were last or second to last, if I'm not mistaken. But damn, 30 other teams, everyone else had a 4-game losing streak except us. Why? Because of what I just said. Their ability to compartmentalize. We won today. Big win, big victory. Good. It's over. Focus on tomorrow. We lost. We got shut out. 2 hits. Dominated. Guess what? It's over. Let's look toward tomorrow. That ability has been key for them to get to this point. Is huge. I don't see it changing. So yes, Shawn, if they're in September in 10 days or 11 days, because 10 will be 31st. If they're still in first, then I definitely see them taking the division. But I hope we can extend it. I don't want a 1-game lead. Give me that 5, 6, 8-game lead. Let's focus on that. Focus on the little things, doing your job, getting runners over, getting key hits, good pitching, good defense. Man, I don't think it's a stretch. Because they played playoff intensity baseball this past weekend with the Cubs. Full house, electricity. So tense you can cut it with a knife. They've been playing some playoff baseball already. Northsiders, on the other hand, they're playing good ball too. All right, you gained a game. You're 6-4 in your last 10. Milwaukee's 5-5, so you gained a game. You're getting the cavalry's coming. The cavalry's coming. See, when you get injured early in the season, it could be a blessing in disguise. 2 ways. One, it forces other people to step up. It puts the pressure on your backups to step up and perform. Perform at the level that the starter was performing at. And 2, it gives the injured person a chance to rest. So whenever they come back, they are full of energy. They haven't gone through the dog days of summer. They haven't gone through it. They're not out there day in and day out. They're resting. Rehabbing, of course. So when they come back, they are fresh and full of energy. So what can happen is now you got a starter who's coming back. And then you have a guy who's been filling in for him, who's raised his level whose level has been, to the best of his ability, as close to yours as possible. So now you have 2 people, you've developed one, and you have a hungry starter coming back. Placencia is coming back for you guys. Scheduled to be your closer. Okay? Guess what? He's been out a while. You don't think he's anxious to help? You still have a shot at the title, at the division. It's going to be tough, but nonetheless, it's still there. You don't think he's going to be fired up to help there? Of course he is. Of course he is. Cubs need your big name players to continue doing big name stuff. PCA, I don't think that dude's slowing down at all. Okay? I don't see PCA slowing down one iota, which is great. Seiya Suzuki. He has to continue being solid in the number 2 slot. Get PCA over. Drive him in if he's on third. All right? You just need a ground ball to the infield, a fly ball to the outfield. All right? Bregman. Bregman's been hot. Like, your guys just need to keep doing what you're doing. Ian Happ. Nico Horner. Filling in for Dansby over at shortstop. Michael Bush. Got the game winner against us. Back up the middle. No, that was Bregman who got the game winner. He got the 9th and 10th. Bush had a key RBI in one of those games. So you have, if in these next 10 games you don't cut the lead to 2, just focus on the wild card. Don't worry about it. You have a big enough lead in the wild card. You have a more. You're fine. Because I'll tell you what, you're not a team that other teams want to play. Not in a wild card round. No. Not in a wild card round. Because the talent that you have is division leading talent. You just happen to be in the division with the team with the best record in baseball. Sucks to be you on that front. But the thing that's said for the Sox is the same thing I can say for the Cubs. Continue to be fundamentally sound. You have more than enough big bats on that team. You got a newly revamped pitching staff. You got David Peterson, Clay Holmes. Again, I'm a little jealous that you guys went out and got some pitching at the end, at the deadline. I wanted the White Sox. Remember, the White Sox, there was a lot of talk about Clay Holmes coming to the White Sox. Remember, the White Sox sent a scout to Clay Holmes's rehab start. Didn't pull the trigger. Or let me not say that. Couldn't get the job done if that's who they wanted. Couldn't get it done. But now you've got some help in that rotation. You're in a spot that kind of like no man's land. By that I mean, yes, you can win the division. It's going to be tough. Milwaukee hasn't had a long losing streak either. Not this year. So for you to expect them to do that might be a little ambitious. So if they're going to continue to play around 500, or, you know what I mean, 5-5, and you can't do much better than that, okay. But that postings run is going to be that's going to put you in a good spot to have playoff baseball early in round 1 before you start getting to the divisional series and the NLCS if you can get that far. Got a fly in here, dude. What the hell? No, what the heck's going on with the flies? I don't know if there's anything that PCA can't do. That kid's a special young man. Not even in his prime yet, as I talked about on Wednesday. He might be the dude who can lead you. Although you do have veterans, you got the Bregmans, you had the Dansby Swansons. This series against the Mariners is going to be an interesting one. The Mariners just got the dog snot beat out of them, 22-0. 3 touchdowns with a 2-point conversion. Can the Cubs go in there and take 2 out of 3 or sweep? That'd be huge for the Cubs. All right, you got Boyd today, Peterson tomorrow, Shota on Sunday. If you can get a sweep with this, that puts a lot of pressure on Milwaukee. It's a sweep. What does Milwaukee have this weekend? Atlanta is going up to Milwaukee. Damn. Okay. Here's a chance, Cubs. Here's your chance. You got a team with the third best record in the National League going up to the team with the best record in the National League. That's going up to Milwaukee. That's going to be some games. Maybe you could pick up a game. The Cubs can win. Cubs can take 2 out of 3. If the Cubs sweep, any losses, it brings you a whole game closer. A whole game closer. King Bookerwell says, y'all know I'm a Sox fan, but PCA deserves the MVP, but they will give it to Ohtani just because. I think PCA definitely deserves the MVP. I think I just I hope he wins it because you can kind of. I mean, if they're going to use the criteria that Ohtani pitches, then they just give it to him every year. PCA, that kid's special, bro. I saw that, Junior. Junior said PCA said that Hayden Panettiere was his babysitter. For those of you who don't know, Hayden Panettiere is an actress, a young actress who just died recently. Had problems with addiction. If you don't know who she is, you'll know exactly who she is. She's the daughter in Remember the Titans. All right. Remember the white coach's daughter, the little one who knew football. That's her. She went on to. That's Hayden Panettiere. Yeah, I saw that. That's dope. That's dope. You know, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and I need to look more into it because I didn't get a chance to yesterday. Obviously, I was at Cog Hill. The NCAA passed a ruling. I'm sorry, the courts. Now kids can go. A Louisiana judge, this is according to Matt Hayes from USA Today Sports, sometimes. A Louisiana judge ruled that 16 players could return to college football, even though some were on NFL training camp rosters. So if you declare for the draft, and I don't know if you have an agent or if you cannot, if you have to refrain from signing with an agency, I'm not sure. That's why I have to do a little more research. But now you have kids being able to, young men being able to go back to college if they weren't drafted. So I need to think about it more. I think off the rip, just my first instinct is like, that's stupid. You make a decision, there's consequences. Welcome to life. Make a decision, you want to leave college to be a professional, cool. Can't go back to being a college player if you're going to be a professional. That's my initial reaction. But then you also, then you have to toss it. You have to figure in the NIL. So kids are going to want to say, okay, if I go to the NFL and I don't get the draft selection I wanted, I can go back. Well, guess what? A lot of times you're going to have kids who are good college players, really good college players, but who don't have a high draft grade. So they will, in essence, be making more money in the college through their NIL than they would be for 1 year in the pros, for the first year in the pros. So some guys might go back. So now college is battling the NFL for players. If you know you got a $3 million NIL deal, okay, $3 million, and you're a fourth round pick, what's your salary? $600,000, $800,000 a year? When you're getting $3 million in school? Yeah, I'm gonna stay in school and try and improve my draft value. But I just don't think going back and forth, just giving everybody a way out. You don't want to stay here? Cool. Transfer. Oh, you know what? You don't have to sit out anymore. You can hop in a transfer portal. You can hop in a transfer portal as many times as you like. You can go play at 5 different schools in 5 different years. I just don't like the lack of accountability. You make a decision and live with the consequences. Not like, oh, well, I can do this or I can do that. It just doesn't seem real world, and it's bothersome to me initially. Again, I need to look back. I need to go back and read more about it and get a little more versed. I can come back and I can give you a better I can formulate my opinion and give it to you next week sometime. But the NCAA, now you can go back. And remember, they said you got 5 years now. I told you, I had the perfect solution for it. One transfer portal free. You don't have to sit out a year. If you do go in the transfer portal again, you will have to sit out a year. Unless your head coach has just left. If your head coach leaves, then you get a free transfer portal, a free year. Not an added year means you don't have to sit out if this is your second venture into the portal. So if you go to another school and this coach gets after you're in the transfer portal, this coach gets fired, you get to hop in the transfer portal again. If the coach, your third school that you go to, They decide to give you the most money, and that coach gets fired, hop in the portal again. But if the coach stays and you want to leave, okay, cool. But if it's your second trip to the portal, you got to sit out of here. You got to sit out of here because it's just the lack of accountability. But also, if you're a coach and you're putting teams together, you still need continuity. You still want having to put together a new team every year is so tough. Having to go get position players. And I'll tell you what, sponsors might be a lot more giving if they know these players can't go anywhere if it's their second portal or not. Like, okay, these kids are going to end up probably staying 2-3 years. Because you get 5. If you got to sit out, so you go to one school for 1 year, boom. Hit the transfer portal. Your second year, good. You didn't like it. You want to go? Well, guess what? You have to sit out again. So you're losing out your third year. So you have 2 years left. It's just let me look more into it and get more well versed in what's going on with that situation because. It's huge. It's a huge thing for college sports and professional sports as well. But the main story is I was at the Ozzie Guillen Foundation golf outing. No, that's not the main story. The main story is the Bears. Tomorrow evening, 6:00. Probably just end up watching it here at the crib. And I think I'm looking forward to a lot and seeing how it plays out. Looking forward to it. All right, we should all be excited. We should all be looking forward to what improvements we make. And I want to see this team beat the dog snot out of Cincy. But I also understand it's preseason. They're working on a lot of things and they're trying to figure things out. Next week I might not be so calm. I may be a little more demanding because that's the final week of the preseason, and things should start coming together a lot better. We will have had a joint practice with Tennessee as well, like this week yesterday they had with Cincinnati. So, but all in all, I want you guys to have a great weekend. It's supposed to be raining a little bit. That stinks, but doesn't mean you still can't have a great weekend. You need the sun out. I know it's still summertime shy. High of 80 tomorrow. 81 today. 80 tomorrow. Isolated storm. Okay, not bad. Sunday, 77. Still beautiful. Low humidity. Perfect. We got a great weekend, folks. We got a great weekend in summertime shy. And I know most of the kids are going back to school on Monday. Cool. We still got a great weekend. Enjoy it. Make the most of it. Let your loved ones know you love them because tomorrow is promised to no one. That I can tell you. Hey, make sure you go to SportsZoneChicago.com. Get your swag, get your hats, get your hoodies, get your Cigar Fanatic shirts. Oh, and by the way, yesterday I did give Ozzie, I should have had him hold it up. I did give Ozzie a Cigar Fanatic shirt because Ozzie loves cigars. Ozzie loves cigars. So, yeah, he's got a Cigar Fanatic shirt. Yeah, but get yours. All right, get your good, better, best t-shirts. Get your good, better, best hoodies. And, of course, get your FGB shirts. All that you can get at SportsZoneChicago.com. Start getting your stuff together now so you have it ready for the season. Get your Bears Victory Monday t-shirt. We're going to have to wear that a lot this year. Again. And I like that kind of party. So go get that ordered. All right. Folks, have a great weekend. Please do that. Be safe. Okay. And I will see you on Monday. We'll talk a lot more Bears. So hopefully our White Sox can take 2 out of 3 or sweep. Cubs? I don't care. Kidding. I'm kidding. Whoa. What's all that about? In my neighborhood? What the hell? That's right outside my window. The dude stopped right in front of the house. All right. Maybe they're coming for me. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Lakina and Sid and Second City Sports coming out at 12:15 with another 2 hours of Chicago sports talk. Tune into them here on Sports Zone Chicago's YouTube channel. But you guys have a great day. For everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, have a great weekend. But your boy, the SuperBack, I am out.
Come on, raise the bass.